Okay, hello everyone. So today I wanted to show you a lesson from Hi Friends 1, which is the grade 5 class in elementary schools here. And the lesson is number 8, I Study Japanese. So it's fairly simple. They have all these subjects in Japanese, so there's no English on the page itself, but it's more, I guess, just like speaking English subject names. Anyways, okay, so I Study Japanese is the thingy, and the lesson that I'm going to show you right now, it worked fairly successfully in this one class, so I'm really happy and giddy about that. Anyways, so every time I start a class, I usually write the main grammar point on the whiteboard or the blackboard just so students can kind of see what's happening. And in order to start this class in particular, I did a warm-up game. So usually we do the question line game, so they answer a question and they can choose a row or column in the class, in the desks, to sit down with them. But this one is a bit different. So imagine this is the teacher. The teacher is standing in front of the whiteboard, but they cannot look at it. The whiteboard is a secret. And then I will draw a picture that they don't know what it is. So this is ice cream. And then I would tell the students, okay, let's give the teacher 3 hints. What's this? So for this one, I've had cold, summer, and food. And then the teacher has to figure out what this is, and then usually, like, they're super good, they figure it out right away, which is really nice. And then as soon as they figure it out, we all clap and say, hooray, good job. I'll draw another picture, and then students will have to give hints as to what that is. So it's a nice warm-up game to get them to practice speaking and getting a little bit energetic for English. So anyways, okay. So the first thing I would do is I would tell the students, I study Japanese. And then I would try and ask, what does this mean in Japanese? I study nye nye nye. And then the students would kind of think about it, talk about it. If they really don't know, I'll ask the Japanese teacher. And then once they know what it means, I'll get them to repeat me. I'll say, okay, repeat after me. I study Japanese. I study Japanese. And so we do that a few times. And then I pull out the flashcards. So the cards are actually quite big. They're probably about this big so the whole class can see them. And I don't have them with me because we keep them at the schools. They're very nice. They're like laminated. But they're literally exactly like these pictures. That's exactly what they see. And underneath, it'll actually say music or home economics or PE on the actual card. So that's where the English comes in. So anyways, the first thing I would do is I would go through these cards kind of like this. I'd be like, okay, like a flashcard. So I'd say, what's this? And I'd see if they can get it. And then I'd say, okay, good. And then I would say what it is. So pretend this is the Japanese flashcard. So I'll say Japanese. Students will say Japanese. So they repeat me. And then I go to the next card and I say, okay, what's this? Say no one answers. I'll say, okay, this is PE. PE. And then to the next card, what's this? Say it's, what was another one? Social studies. Student pipes up, oh, it's social studies. I'll be like, good, okay, social studies, social studies. So that's kind of a good way to distinguish what words are a little bit harder for the students is by going through like flashcard style. And by the end, I put them all on the whiteboard or chalkboard, and I'll point at random ones. Or sorry, before I do that, I'll go through every single one, and then we'll practice it one more time, and then I'll point at random ones. I'll be like, what's this? What's this? What's this? What's this? And then the students will answer, and the more confident they are, the faster I go, and they love that because they love that challenge, right? So anyways, once I feel like they're quite confident, actually another point I'd like to make, say there's a word that they're having a hard time with, like social studies, I'll go, okay, what's this? what's this? What's this? What's this? So I'll go back over and over until they've practiced it quite a lot. So anyways, that's how I would, I guess, like, practice the grammar, or the vocabulary. And then after, I would, like, if the students still seem like they were a little bit, like, this is their first time seeing this kind of thing, I would then play the missing game. So you get all the students to close their eyes, and then you take a card off the board, and then you tell them to open their eyes, and then they have to figure out what one is missing. So the student will raise their hand, you pick, and then they will say, it's math, and then you can pull it up and be like, yes, it is math, good job. And then you can level it up by taking down 2 cards or 3 cards. And sometimes I ask for volunteer students to come up, and then they'll take down cards. So there could be like 4 or 5 missing cards, and then we just get random students to answer what's missing, like 1 student, 1 answer kind of thing. So that's a really fun game. They like that. And then another one, what else did we do? We did so yeah, okay, I guess that was what we did. And then after that, I went back to this, and I was like, okay, I study Japanese. So then I would put the flashcard Japanese here, and then I'd say, I study Japanese, and get them to repeat. And then I exchange it for math. I study math. I study math. And then just keep exchanging it so that they kind of get the feel for it. And then, okay, so then after, because of the content of the lesson, I talked to the students about the differences between school in Canada and in Japan. So one main difference is I said that we don't have, well, we haven't, okay, this is what I said. We have a foreign language class in Canada, and it is French. So in Canada, we learn English and French. In Japan, you learn Japanese and English. So that's one thing that I told them. Another one was no home economics until junior high school. At least that's how it was for my schooling. And then we also had a dance unit in PE. Apparently they don't have a dance unit here in PE. I'm not entirely sure, but I felt like saying that anyways. So anyways, once I talked about briefly those 3 points about Canada, we did a game. Now this game is called Stereo Noise. And what the students do is they make groups, so say 4 people, 1 group. In each group, they have to choose who goes first, who goes second, who goes third, who goes fourth. So from each group, number 1 will come to the front of the class. So they stand in a line, and then just because we were working more on vocabulary, I only had them say the word. Usually I get them to say, I study Japanese, but if it's like a really beginner class, it's just the word. So anyways, at the count of 3, so 3, 2, 1, go, all of those students will say one subject at the same time, and the group has to figure out what their group members said. And it's a really fun game, and they love playing it, and it's really fun to watch. And so anyways, so that's one game that we played. And then we had about 5 minutes left in this one class, so I thought I'd give this a try. And it's a memory game. So the students stayed in their groups, so 4 people, 1 group. And what we did was, for practice, I had one student say what they like, say one subject, the next student say one subject, the next student say one subject, and I said, okay, this game is the memory game. So music, art, PE, music, art, PE, science. So then it's basically like they have to remember everything previous to them. So when they were finished, they were confident. I actually split the class in half. So each half was maybe like 12 students, and then I had them go, like the first person and the last person, I had them rock, paper, scissors to figure out who goes first. And then they would start, and then they would do that memory game throughout. And then, like, they rocked it. They totally did really good. So I was really happy with that. But anyway, so that's that lesson. Yeah. I don't have anything else written down. So thank you very much for watching, and we'll see you next time. Bye!